you're calling from Myanmar, and there's a what's the capital?
There's a blackout. Yeah, they shut down everything down. I'm on satellite internet. We're running this on a satellite. Running this on satellite internet.
Holy cow! Is that really the capital? Nay Pyi Taw? Nay Pyi Taw?
Yeah, something like that. I always forget it because it isn't Yangon.
Just say you're calling from an undisclosed city in Myanmar, where there's
that capital city is like all that's there is the capital and like an 8-lane highway and no cars, nothing. They built this giant capital in the middle of nowhere. It's the most bizarre thing. And then the military coup was so strange because they just rolled in, on these tanks down that
empty city.
right. So there's not like there was no people there to like protest it. So bizarre.
How does the Mission Impossible theme go? Is it dun 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 dun? That's James Bond. Okay, that's it. Okay. I got it.
It was like a special needs intro there.
I feel like a special needs intro.
I think we're ready to go. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Dun 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 dun. Your mission, the Hate Napkin Gang, should you choose to accept it, is to explore deeply into the annals of hate. But don't worry. Actually, you should worry. Because if you go too far deep into the annals of the hate, it will explode and self-destruct. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome of the Hate Napkin, where we basically take all things hateful and put them on an imaginary hate napkin and then throw it against the wall, and having and disgorged ourselves of all of these things can go about our week. I am your co-host Arik, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina, and I am joined by the ever intrepid agent Carla, coming to us from deep inside
the Burnt Korn, Alabama.
Deep inside the tunnels of thought, underground tunnels of thought of Burnt Korn, Alabama. She does have the most amazing set of pearly whites, new pearly whites that she wants to show off to us all, and she wants me to assure everybody that she's not the drunk one this week. She's just getting used to her new teeth. And we're also joined by sound engineer Pauly from Bali, who's coming to us from a very special place other than the annals of hate. I guess it's so special he can't tell us what it is.
Are you in an undisclosed location?
I'm in my mom's basement.
I know that's not
Where
true.
Are you guys?
Okay, so he can't, apparently, you know what, because he might be being surveilled. So Pauly from Bali today is coming to us from an undisclosed Quonset hut just outside the capital city of undisclosed Myanmar. Oh, wait, I just disclosed it. Sorry. So if the Myanmar secret police have purchased Pegasus from Israel, you'll be dead within minutes. So by the way, if you got something you hate, bring it on. Send it to info@thehatenapkin.com. Info@thehatenapkin.com. But
you can also leave a voicemail on Anchor FM at the Hate Napkin.
Oh, so go to Anchor FM, look up the Hate Napkin, and send us a voicemail. Because sometimes sometimes it's just easier to speak your hate than to type it. All right, I'm going to get started here. Everybody knows that I have a bit of a chronic problem. So I figured the only way to take... Hold on.
Which one?
Hold on. So I figured the only way to get rid or deal with this chronic problem is just to put it out there for the entire world. And then I can just hold myself accountable for it's on the napkin. So here's the thing I hate the most. Talk show hosts who interrupt.
Well, I'm going to have to take that out of my dispenser then, because you just took it.
talk show host. See how I did you see there? How I let you, Carla, complete a sentence.
That's one.
That's two. So yes. By the way, it's kind of challenging to take the front man on any sort of a talk show or podcast. It takes a while getting used to. But actually, my daughter and I were in Best Buy the other day looking for a computer for her. And we had a really nice associate who was helping us. And finally, my daughter turned to me and said, "Dad, stop damn interrupting her." So that was the intervention I needed. I know it anyways. I interrupt.
There's still, wait, I'm surprised. There's still Best Buy around? I don't mean to interrupt, but
It's not like Blockbuster Video.
is it just for people with bad credit? Like, why? Why is
No. It's for people who have an inordinate amount of khaki pants and blue shirts in their wardrobe. It's actually just an empty box now, but people just walk around pretending they work there.
So there's no more Radio Shack, right? I'm just trying to get caught
No,
up here.
No.
Okay.
But what I do enjoy doing sometimes is going to Target and wearing khaki shirts and khaki pants and a red shirt, and just people coming up to me going like, "Where's the manscaping go?" And I'll be like, "Okay, go down to tampons right there in the middle, and just stand right in the middle of the tampon section for 5 minutes, and Jorge will be over with them shortly."
Wait, people go to the hairiest man in the store and ask for the manscaping section?
Well,
Maybe it's a hint. They're like, "Hey, where's the soap and scented candles as well?"
see, I didn't interrupt. I did not interrupt. I'm just so far we've made it. I think one of the great things about my new efforts to not interrupt is that Carla can hardly speak and Pauly doesn't want to. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of other things for the napkin of hate today, but I'll let others go first in my spirit of non-interrupting.
I have one. Bad house guests.
Ooh.
I didn't want you here in the first place, and I'll gladly pay for you to stay at a hotel.
I think what's funny is when somebody asks to be a house guest and you're like, you feel like that kind of human compulsion to say yes, but you're like, no, I fucking like to walk around in my boxers with my wang hanging out in the morning. And this is going to get in the way of that. I know your wife cheated on you and killed all his 3 children, and the police are searching for you as a suspect in a crime. And I know you're a really good person who like volunteers for, you know, the United Way and whatever, the Arbor Day Foundation. But I don't want you drinking out of the milk bottle, man. I don't care if you're Mahatma Gandhi. No. I don't even like roommates, let alone house guests.
Well, Gandhi always steals your slippers too.
And your salt. I know you have a lot of Vestal Virgin daughters in your household, but I promise you I can lay in bed with them and not have sex. So yeah, I totally get why you don't like bad house guests. That was our first Gandhi joke ever, I think.
I was gonna make a Macaulay Culkin house guest joke, but I decided that would have been a hard pass.
No, wait, is that Macaulay Macaulay Culkin from the Home Alone character, or Macaulay Culkin the failed adult actor?
I was just thinking about the Neverland Ranch.
That would be a bad mansion host.
Yeah. Do you know what time he visited the Neverland Ranch? It was.
Oh, please. Why do I have a feeling we're sitting on a Bob Saget line?
It was when the big hand touched the little hands.
Yeah, of course.
Do
All right.
a public service announcement about bad house guests. Just don't stay for more than 2 days. Like you don't really have to stay at someone's place for more than 2 days.
Well, there's an old saying that house guests are like fish. On the third day, they begin to stink.
You have something for the hate napkin.
I'm really exhausted and tired with everything going to the gig economy. It's like if you want a therapist, go to Better For You or something. If you want to, and everything's just being put out to the lowest bidder.
Uber driver, and let me just tell you, I live in the most penurious, tight-wadded city on earth. Every city that I've ever lived in, Chicago, DC, Minneapolis, been to New York a zillion times, Philadelphia, everybody tips their cabbies. In this town, in this state, less than 10% of passengers tip their cabbies. I mean, it just drives me bonkers. And here's an example of rideshare driver abuse. And this is why the gig economy doesn't work, because people take advantage of it. Last night, I go pick up a passenger. It's my worst nightmare fare. I hate it. We're going to Burger King and coming back. Which the second I realize where the destination is, I say, hey, is the order already placed and ready? And if they say no, I drive them right back home and go, I'm not waiting in line for 25 minutes because this is not a cab and there's no meter and you can give me a negative rating, but don't ever do this to an Uber driver again. Well, she assured me that the order was already ready on the app, so it said. And I said, okay, well, I'm pretty sure that this Burger King, because I know it, closes at 10 and it's 10:30. And she goes, no, look at the app. And I'm like, I'm telling you they're closed. But I don't know why. I just normally I betrayed my own policy, and every time that ever happens, I pay for it. Drive her to the Burger King. Sure enough, the lights are out. I said, well, I told you so. We pull up to the drive-through window, and there are like 4 people mopping and laughing. And she gets out of the car, knocks on the window, because I'm not even going to pull up to the window. I'm just like sitting there going, I knew it. By the way, it's like 20 degrees outside. And this idiot passenger of mine is wearing pants and a short sleeve shirt. And that's it. Because she walked out of her house thinking that she wouldn't need it at all. Hey, Betsy. So she knocks on the drive-through window. One of the moppers comes over, opens it. She goes, I'm here to pick up my order. They're like, we're closed. And she's like, here's the app. She shows it. And they're like, oh, shit, man, we got to turn on the, fryer. So, like, they were cleaning up for the night. But these idiots didn't bother to check that there was an order that had come through. And she's like, she actually did a nice thing. She said, it's okay. I'll just wait here and call another Uber. Well, it's 20 degrees out, and it's a woman, and she's standing in a T-shirt, and they're not going to open the doors for her. And it's probably going to take, this is not a Burger King. This is a rural Burger King. It's going to take a while for any Uber to get here anyways. And I'm like, I so want to just dump her and let her freeze to death. But like that last corner of my heart that had any humanity, and it said, it's fine. I'll wait. Just ask him how long it's going to take. And the lady goes, 10 minutes. And I'm like, that is such bullshit. It is not going to take 10 minutes. 25 minutes later. Now, mind you, I'm not getting paid for this wait at all. Uber is like destination to destination, however long it takes. That's what you get paid. I'm sitting there and I'm starting to go crazy. Like, lady, I think you need to call another Uber, and I don't care if you freeze to death. But sure enough, a couple of Cokes show up in the stand, and I'm like, well, maybe there's hope. Anyways, eventually, she ordered like $75 worth of Whoppers and whatever fries and salads, and he's probably ordered the king himself in a bag, a body bag. Loads up the back seat with food, and then goes back and she like starts checking all the bags to make sure all of the food is there. And I'm just like, no, absolutely no. And she goes back to the window and pounds and goes, where are the forks? And I'm thinking, God damn it, you stupid bitch. Are you meaning to tell me at your house, when you come back with all this food, you don't have forks?
She didn't want to have to
So-
clean a fork.
That actually belongs in the hate napkin. People who use plastic utensils because they don't want to clean real ones. I'm adding that. This is a sub-8. Plastic utensils in the house. No, don't use them. It's a total waste of carbon atoms. You know, if you got real silverware, use it and then clean it. Okay, where was I? Oh, so we're heading back to the house. I am in a mood. I don't want to talk. It pervades the entire automobile. I mean, this woman knows that I'm likely to just drop her off on the shoulder of the interstate and take all of her food. So she says, would you like a piece of chocolate cake as a tip? And I see
No.
this,
I
and
want actual fucking money.
and out of the corner of my right eye, I see pushed forward a black wedge, a tiny black wedge. Wait, that's not what you think. It's a plastic tiny black wedge. Or cardboard or whatever, and I'm driving, so I just take it. I throw it on the passenger seat up front, and I say, you know, lady, if I worked for chocolate cakes, I'd be making 2 chocolate cakes an hour. So yeah, Pauly, I agree with you. I hate the gig economy.
Well, and the companies don't have to pay employees. They don't have to pay salaries. They don't have to pay benefits. They don't even have to provide.
It's not only that. Technically, on my tax statement for Uber, I'm not an employee. They go out of their way to make sure that you know you aren't an employee. You're just a cipher ass who pays $5,000 a year in his own gas money plus all the other auto expenses. So that they, and by the way, what service do they provide other than just funneling cash? All they provide is a shitty GPS system, like twice as bad as anyone out there, instead of just like, leasing Google. Oh my God. This is why we do this show, folks. I feel so urged. Excuse me while I go shit a Hershey's chocolate pie.
I think it really went to do that.
Okay. I've got one of those orange chairs. Just to the side for moments of emergent need.
So within the gig economy in the teaching world, I went to this site, Preply, and I was thinking of signing up for it. So I was like creating a profile, and then I looked to see, and there are people offering teaching with master's degrees, like PhDs, and they're pricing their classes at like $5 an hour and I guess to try to build a customer base. But I'm like, what are you doing? Dude, like, you should be pricing $50 an hour. And look what you're doing to everyone.
Here's another example. So I used to be a transcript editor for CNN and NPR. I mean, I was like at the top of the ladder in transcript editing. It's an important job in journalism. But today, I could take a 100-minute document, MP4 or MP3 audio, send it to a transcript providing service, and they'll turn it around for like $8. I mean, and then it turns out to be like I don't know, whatever, like a 75-page document. I mean, do you realize how long it takes to type 75 pages? Somebody out there, $5 an hour. Somebody out there is doing it for about 25 cents an hour.
Well, it's it's automated, and then they're proofing it, right?
Right. Still, somebody out there isn't getting paid. You're right. That's the whole gig economy is like, yeah, I got a good second job. Like, you know what? If we had actually a decent just world, you wouldn't need a second job.
Right, you'd have 3 days off a week.
And be living in Southeast Asia, high on the fat.
No, I mean then you'd have 5 days off a week.
Hiding in a Quonset hut.
Okay, folks. Again, send us all your hate to info@thehatenapkin.com. That's info@thehatenapkin.com. Today we hated talk show hosts who interrupt. You see what I did there? I let you come in. We also hated bad house guests. And just don't even ask. Our public service announcement is just, if you got nowhere to go, find a decent bridge, folks. Find a decent bridge. We are sick and tired of we are sick and tired of being exhausted by the gig economy, and we really at the same time don't like people who use plastic utensils in the home and then just toss them. I mean, you know, just use the forks, the spoons, the sporks, the knives, you know, that you got, and wash them. What else did we hate? Is that it? I'm pretty worn out. But we also love. Oh, and one last sponsor, that would be Dr. Vasquez, for all of your over the border wall periodontic needs in what city?
Matamoros, Mexico.
Matamoros, Mexico. All right, I think we completed our impossible mission. I can tell you're going to say something, Pauly, but I will interrupt you because I am closing this show out the way I want to.
I'm still thinking we need to talk about tube tops in Walmart.
That's for the webinar.
I'm amazed that
no, you did it.
you're able.
No.
Eric
Oh
was
my
able
God.
to interrupt himself. Like I've never seen. He's doing a perfect closing, and he's able to interrupt himself. That was.
I had so much
amazing.
pent up non-interrupting throughout the entire show. All right. Thank you again for following us deep inside the annals of pain.